am Mr. Soul of a Man 504, aka the Mind Alvarez. Y'all know what time it is. Welcome once again to Soulful Conversations. I know it's been a while, folks. I know it's been a while, but we are back. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back with a vengeance. As always, I scour the planet so you don't have to. So I bring on the most incredible people, most talent, and the most drive and passion. And today, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mr. Soul of a Man has delivered. I have the great and the amazing, the word, the word legendary is thrown around a lot, I'd say, but I think she's probably gone beyond that at this point. We have Miss Ayanna Molina, aka the people around the world and around the country, probably around the world now. I know she is. She is Mama Fire, ladies and gentlemen, in these streets. So, but without further ado, I'm going to stop chatting. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi, Demine, because let me just say that is like one of the best introductions because legendary is a big word, and you say beyond. I appreciate that, but I'm really enjoy being humble, being a servant of the people. I am Ayanna Molina, am better known as Mama Fire, and Mama Fire for many different reasons. For as a performer, I perform in hip hop or healing hip hop, and it's my own time. Mama Fire is used, you know, it's like my alias, my I go by Ayanna or Mama Ayanna. Mostly, I am a mama. I have 5 beautiful children that's all the way to 15. Um, I have uh, a license in mental health therapy. So I'm a mental health therapist, I'm LPC. I'm an author. I've written 3 books now. I'm working, and I am a spoken word artist, a poet, and right now I'm a kind of like a behavior interventionist at a high school. Right now, that's what I'm doing right now. I've worked in several schools, lifespan, and doing real social emotional behaviors with high schoolers. So I'm enjoying that right now. Those things in one human being, and I believe in heart, with the world, sharing the love that you have around you, and teaching through poetry, teaching through music, teaching through example, teaching through storytelling. So that's me, Ayanna Molina.
So y'all heard it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this young lady is just just talent-wise, she is really and truly off the charts. We were speaking, off air, and I was saying, like, I was going through like a lot of stuff that she's done over the years, and I mean, we could have, really just kind of stuck to it. Like, it's so much, y'all. It's so much, man. With that said, like, what keeps you, like, because most people would just like write a book and that would be it, but you've done like books and performances, and you put out you put out amazing music. So what keeps that fire burning, so to speak?
I have to say it's a spiritual thing. It's gotta be, because constantly I write all the time. I make up songs all the time. It's like I'm full of like creativity when it comes to writing, when it comes to being. Um, I I never have writer's block. I'm always open, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful to my parents. Both my parents were creatives. They helped me tap into that space early on in my life, like in my life, and so that space is always open. I'm a feeler. Talked about empath. I'm an empath too, and what way I've learned how to cope over is writing, and is turning that writing into poetry, or turning rhyming, freestyling. It's like I'm tapped in, and so that's definitely I am have been core, and I get it. Prolific people a lot to say. We have a lot to say. Deep thinkers, we think very deeply about things. I'm always thinking mainly about what I've been through, and then I kind of extrapolate that out to women, to all women, Black women especially, and then to you know, caregivers, and to all these things. So I teach in all my work. I teach through all of my writing, even if it's like through example. Teach by, and I am never scared to be authentic and vulnerable, um, but also like smart about what I say, and making sure that people can clearly understand. So, yeah, that keeps that fire going for me. Even at work, I think deeply about it, and before I know it, I've written on it, and I've came up with a song that makes me express it. So it's a lovely existence.
I know it's amazing. Just like being a creative, like you embody that Phoenix energy. Like it really like it this next phase. For you, it's going to be interesting. That when it comes, it's going to be it's going to have national implications, and you're really and truly needed out here now. More than ever, and what is coming is going to bring back somewhat of the past and help you to embrace more of the future, because like I said, your voice is like rock star solid, and you are you have that you're like one of the chosen ones, so to speak, and you have like that voice and that mindset of and for the people. So it's like you're not just naturally a talker, but you're also a doer and a motivator. So where does that like where did like a lot of that training and motivation come to make like Mama Fire who she is today?
Yeah, well, thank you so much. All these compliments, because I do not take for granted, opportunities to share my light, and thank you for um you know um because of my um life storm, that that keeps me, because I know I'm not alone. It's like I've got a unique set of from childhood adverse experiences, but then over time having a real thirst for psychology, and like especially the psychology of my people. Then from there, just very passionate healing, and when I say it's a spirit thing, you know, if you read my first book, Runaway Girl, it talks about from the beginning, from as early as I could remember, and then even her name, Ayanna means beautiful flower, and really this book, really digs deep into what is my name, mean and how am I being my a very beautiful book. And so from there, after it came to me after, you know, feeling really lost and alone, this death, you feeling so lost and alone and finding spirit and finding that I could give to myself through spirit. Um, and so journey, like all the work I do, it doesn't matter what I do, of all the things that I mentioned, the healing of expect it just Black women specifically, myself and all my sisters, and I see our same pain. I see some shame and some guilt, and I'm very, very brave and anointed to speak very candidly about not only experiencing now, I'm still humble, full, and just tell the truth about what I'm dealing with, and how, you know, what really helps me cope, and and that thing, and you know, I've been on the since 2020. I've been talking about shine your light, because I really understand fully, and I think, and this is the work that I need to do. I understand fully that Black women need to be seriously working on healing, seriously working, understanding who we are and being exactly who we are and shining in brilliant lights. And then when that happens, this is what I know: everything is gonna change. And so I'm so passionate about that. I realize that this is my purpose. It's since my late 20s that this is my purpose. And so it's only more rich and gotten more, um, you know, over the years as I meet more and more women. I mean, my counselor is specifically Black women, and sometimes I'll see their children, and but it's mainly with them. And so over these years, I have figured out she is, who she is, and figuring out who I am, what works to help Black women, what works, what do they, you know, what do we have in common? And it's a lot, meaning as prolific, as authentic, as vulnerable, as brilliant and wise as I am, my sisters are too. They're not. My goal and my purpose in life is to help that sister to see herself and rise. So that's Mama Fire. That is me. That is let me say this. That is me. That's one side of me. That's that spirit, that fiery past Mama Fire. And you know, my work, the work that I do as can be very sweet and warming, but it could also be real harsh and bold and all those things that incorporate who I really am, who we are. There's other sides of me, real soft and sweet, and parts of me very feminine and all those things, but all of those things, even sexy, you know, intelligent and wise, all those things are part of me. They're a part of all my sisters.
Yeah, beautifully said. Yeah, very, very beautifully said. It's amazing because you're a dreamcaster in a sense. So you help people these young women and maybe the older ones also. That it's that it's never too late to stop dreaming. It's never too late that you don't have to settle because somebody didn't, because somebody said this or they never taught you to do that. I think that's one thing with our people, that greatness was never instilled in us. And to have it coming from somebody that looks like you just makes it like makes it even more special. For you, you're the you're the matriarch, you're the mother, you're a CEO, of your own brand, and also not just a brand, but also also a movement, that that was birthed in you. We talk about that birthing process and the 9 months and all of that good stuff, but you started, you started, um, not just started, but you're still doing something that is, that's just amazing. At this point, how does that make you feel, like looking back, from now to then, like everything that you've done, like with the True Love movement?
I feel proud. I also feel like I'm still building a vision that was meant to be for True Love Movement. So I was Love Movement many years ago, and when I did, I was just like, "Wow, me? Am I supposed to do this?" And like, yeah, I mean, I did it, and all of the thoughts that I had in my mind, we would do this and this, and what about this, and the radio show, me and my partner at the time did Be Okay, the True Love Movement Hour. Still have recordings of that, and I still listen to like the bravery that it took to have those conversations, people about mental health and wellness. I did a stage girl on the stage play. I've recorded albums. I've many people, you know, and just telling my unique story in my unique way. I didn't model my my work behind anybody. This is my own style, and it's not for everybody. It captures you, and if you learn anything, that's the point. That's the point. Yeah, I mean, it's just journey. It's been such a journey, and it's not over. It's not over because and I will never listen. I kid people all the time. I'm gonna be like, just pass me the mic. Just pass me the mic. I'm living. I'm gonna be on that microphone because I just love for me, and you I know you said that I could share, but man, the opportunities, and I want to thank you too, Zaman, for because as I'm on the ashes, it's taken me a little while. It's taken all of us a little while back from COVID, but it's you know as I'm having opportunities like this, just to talk about my journey and just to talk about Mama Fire, talk about Ayanna, Molina, just all of them is part of like my understanding that it's happening now. You know, um, I have an opportunity. It's been a while since I hosted an open mic, but COVID, they're few and far between. And having the same generation of you come, you bring your stuff, or if you want to come and come and shine your light and speak on whatever's on your heart. If you want to try out a new poem or try out a new song, or if you just always and you were scared to sing, but you feel motivated, you come on here, So the open mic starts on October the 20th in New Orleans from 7 to 10, and it's called at a restaurant, a black-owned restaurant called Aphrodisia. aphrodisiac, and that is used to be where the juju bag is. I don't know. Are you in New Orleans?
I'm in Houston.
In Houston. Okay. So, I mean, are you from New Orleans or?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Where the bag used to be?
Mm-hmm.
On Franklin Avenue, new
Okay.
residences. And so I used to have a bag many years ago. I'm talking like 2015, maybe even. And so I had a open mic back then, and it's still is just as beautiful, even though it's someone else who owns it. It's a Jamaican. It has vegan options, as salads and health food and that type thing. Mike will you know, be another experience, you know, on the mic again, but also like talking to the community. Everybody's because it'll be just high vibrational. It'll be a good time, good safe time together, and let's do some cute, you know, let's be in a space and talk about what we need as a people, and make some resolutions, to make some move on as a people, as a unit. We're getting our units together. Yeah, I'm excited to talk about how all of these opportunities, you know, continuing my dream, and continuing like doing this work.
Yeah, and and it's interesting because you never know. You know, it's like when you're driving, you look in your rear, obviously maybe closer than they appear. You know what I mean? So it's like as you're doing it, and as it's transforming in front of your eyes, you're like, man, there's no way in the world I could ever imagine. Like we manifest and we dream and we write these things down, we write them out. But it's like when it happens, it's like, man, it's so magical, and it's so amazing. And from me to you, like I'm excited for what you have, really, really excited for what you have coming up. And I would really love to see spoken word come back, as it was, early part of the millennium. I remember like early 2000s, True Brew and all of those different spots and stuff like that. So, but just amazing times with just amazing people and amazing talent. So, with that said, like growing up in the city, how did that help to cultivate, your talents, so to speak? Because your talents to me look like big pot of gumbo. Because it's like it's so seasoned, and it's such an amazing like vibe and taste.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, New Orleans is all that, man. New Orleans is all that. And had I been born somewhere else, I have all the like sassiness and fire, the
Mhm.
all of the passion and all that. I'm not sure if I would have it like. New Orleans is very beautiful, but its own unique set of problems. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I up here, people like to, kind of think because you like spoken, or if you know, maybe small or gentle, you can't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, New Orleans on crazy. So that passion, that fire, all of that is New Orleans born, and New Orleans is a very, very special city. It's a city like I said, not only very, very cultural, very beautiful to see, beautiful to experience. It's got, poverty state of mind, poverty state of, poverty and the spirit. It's got you know, crime, which is a a product of poverty. In New Orleans, as far as like our connection to slavery, being a port city, it's hospitality driven and all these
Mm-hmm.
things, and it's got Ayanna is the is the place with excuse me. We got a lot of problems down here. And I was born in all that. I was born in all that, brother, and it makes me fearless, and a lot of it makes me like bold. It makes me bold. It makes me not scared. It makes me a little hard. I have to say I do have some hardness, survivor tendencies. Um, being vigilant about things. But it for better or for worse, my life, it makes me very unique. Um, in New Orleans too. I'm not at your average New Orleanian, but this is my home. This is my home. New Orleans is always my home. I am in this world, and I'm sure I'll be everywhere. But life takes off for me, and hopefully for everyone who is listening, whoever watches this, as life takes off for us, we always gotta, both of my parents are from New Orleans, and both of their parents are from New Orleans. Get into like the Point La Hash and in the country, and all these different places. This is my home, and it makes me uniquely beautiful. And I plan on taking that vibration that isn't found but New Orleans. I plan on taking that all over the earth and travel the earth with, including my sassiness, man, including that hot fire light. What I'm saying, I'm taking it all with me, and so yeah, yes.
And one thing they say about the city is the spirit. They say the spirit of New Orleans. And one thing, like you said, the different cultural aspects of it. One thing that I've been learning over these last few years is the spiritual ancestral connection that we have with the city, and it's the connection that we have to Haiti, that revolution, how we have that, how we have that inside of us, how we still walk, we're still walking with our fists in the air, and it's something, it's very revolutionary, and it's it's very powerful. It's not something that I see a lot of people tapping into. I would love to see more folks delve more into their ancestry, that spirituality, that because New Orleans is not just Christian, it's Catholic, it's the different African spiritualities, it's voodoo, it's hoodoo, it's so much. So much like intertwined in that. So how has your spiritual walk helped to define your growth, just as an individual and just more as an artist?
And I was born and raised like lots of us in New Orleans, and to spirit, as far as the Holy Spirit is concerned, or the Holy Ghost, I was
Mm-hmm.
confusing to me. I didn't know. I just did what my parents asked me. So confusing that I just memorized it. Whatever you need me to memorize. Catholicism is memorized it, did whatever. But my parents showed me as creatives is that you can be in spirit, my mom sang in the choir at Sales Golden Voices choir, at St. Francis de Sales. She was a part of the Golden Voice. She showed me that she could sing, she loved to sing. My mom was a beauty actress. And she showed me how you can do that, but it doesn't matter how old you are. You can do it to amplify you believe, and so the gospel church and gospel songs still inspire me to this day. Like, I am not a Christian or a Catholic or songs, when you understand the relationship between the Most High, those songs still resonate with me. They might not all the names resonate, but when I think about the Most High, name, it's the greatest, and the great. When you realize there's a part of that in you, and you also have the greatness. And it took me a while to know that. It took me to my late 20s, and then I went on a high with understanding that and really the Christ, or really trying to embody the high yourself. And then over time I go through ebbs, and I get in my humanity, and I get in my flesh, and I get in my all those things. And spirituality is a beautiful, because as you're searching for the one, you're digging deeper, So I've had, man, this is a total spiritual journey for me, and all my work, it's like a tap into a side of me that I've used words such as letting my spirit lead, and truly it's in everything that I do, and I'm so thankful that it incorporates everything. Incorporates religion, but even like you said, African spiritual religion, different. It's just, what I understand is that we're all one. We're all, and it I can understand by looking and understanding myself, and that helps me understand others, and what and who God is, and spirit, and all those things. Brother, it is everything. It is everything. And say is praise be to Allah. Praise be to Yahweh. Praise be to uh you know oh yeah. Praise be to Ocean. Praise all the beautiful energies that are created by the Most High. I never press that for anybody, though. This is what I know. I hear you. Let that light. That's why I'm always talking about the light. And the light is the light of the world. It's a bit of the light of the world, and inspire people. Not a certain name, or not a certain praying, or not a certain ceremony or ritual. It's finding it in you, shining that light, and inspiring others to do the same. To me, that's spirituality.
Right. Yeah. And if anybody's watching this and they're wondering, like, well, how can I, like, how can I tap into my true spiritual self, or get these spiritual gifts, and let it be known that these are gifts. These are gifts for me, they're passed down from our ancestors to us. Everything that you need is really inside of you. It's already encoded. It's already
right?
encoded. It's already in it's righteously encoded, inside, your DNA. So I wanted to talk about your favorite quote. You said, "You are who you are is great enough if you truly are who you are." So where did that quote come from?
I had my own journey. Here we go again on my own journey in um to look a certain way, wanting to look the part, whatever the part is, to be something that I wasn't, or thinking that maybe I'm not good enough. And then working with girls, that is like working with teenage girls and young men. And really, we have to start very young as we're starting to, you know, my sisters. We got to start young
Mhm.
before our self esteem is truly formed. We have to start dropping jewels. Is that they were also like hating what they saw in the mirror and color, hating their hair texture, hating their body shape, hate their intelligence level, or just always something. It's like, and I say who you are is great enough because I like to take it a little extra level besides good enough, great enough, great, great in you. But the thing about it is you got to be authentically you. I say who you are is great enough if you truly are who you are. It's like, and at the end, I wrote a song, a song and did a video about it, and that's talking 2000, man, 12 maybe I'm ago, and I said you don't have to be Nicki Minaj. You don't have to be, and I saw a lot of young girls at school of young girls, and the girls just, I mean, they were so looking up to her, like as if she was everything, and they wanted the shape she had and the big butt, and they wanted the nails, and I never tell a woman no, that's bad for you. I'm not about to tell a woman how to dress, so what to wear and what kind of body she anything to her body, whatever. I'm not gonna do that, but I want you to think deeper. I want you to think they're giving you these images, and you're comparing yourself to, you're not good enough because you don't compare to these images. Not that you are wonderfully and uniquely made. That the way you are, if we can tap into who you really are, if we can tap into that, I promise you, and just critical thinking of healing is an important part of development and growth, because things are created, via media, social media, videos, and songs and music. Things are being bombarded, telling you who you should be. This is how, Meg the Stallion. This is how you get rich and have people and all the men and all the money, and you trying to be somebody else. You didn't even do the work to figure out who you are.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of my work is about who you are. Let's figure that part out. Let's give ourselves some time. And over the years, I figured out who I am. I have figured out all the little bits and pieces, despite all that I've gone through, despite all that I've survived. I've gotten down to express that, not only you know verbally, verbally, spiritually, creatively. you know, and I'm getting to the point where this generation of girls, there's a little bit of a generation gap. I have a lot to say. So each women over the years, I'm training them, and you know, as like my 20-year-old sisters that I've been with for 4 and 5 of them now to support young women because they're more in their message. And my message is who you are is great enough, boo. First, it truly are who you are. So I don't know. Tell me, help a young man that same quote.
I
Divine.
would, yeah, I would have to tell them that they are great enough. Like you said, you have to take it up, another level, and that I really feel like as far as more African American men, like our voices are being so silent now, and it's like in this society, it's like you can't say this, you have to watch how you say that, and it's a very it's a very interesting dynamic that we're living in, and I feel like now more than ever we truly need each other, as as black men, as black men and women, really to you know come together instead of you know um, like cursing each other and seeing each other as the enemy. And when I'm a lover of history, so when I look at history, I look at um, colonization, and I look at how we were look at the civil rights movement, and how we were indoctrinated in this, and I got to give respect to to our ancestors that went through the civil rights movement. But some people would say that, well, maybe y'all should have just went and got a check and some land instead of trying to be indoctrinated into the society. But hey, that's not here nor there. We're here now, so we got to deal with it. So it's like
Right.
we are we are people. I saw a quote. We often we can create like uh something out of nothing. Like literally, we can just like we can snap our fingers, and we can just create like these just masterful things. But the important thing is, like I said, it's doing the work. I think that the younger generation now, they want it fast. With social media, they think like, oh cool, I gotta go viral, gotta TikTok. There's nothing wrong with that, but you still have to understand who you are. It's still great to know your history, and it's still great to be uniquely you. Because when you turn off those filters, people people are gonna see you for naturally who you are. And if you're, especially if you walk the spiritual walk, we can feel and tell who you are anyway. So you can you could try to fake it till you make it, but eventually that real authentic you is gonna have to show up and present yourself.
Yes, it will. Yes, you are right about that. And I'm glad we understand the young people and the youth have a whole world that we didn't have. I don't know your age, brother, but I wasn't born and raised with the internet. A whole different world. These children are born and raised on the internet, and so they have a different motivation. They have different
Hmm.
things coming at them, And so, well, let me not say never, because I can have judgment. I can be judgmental a lot, but when it creeps up, at least I know how to identify that. But sometimes it should be, young people you should do like this, and young people you should do like that, and young people. I think we should give young people a chance. I think we should teach them, and I think we should give them love and support and let them are, because they are our leaders. And if we just keep telling them stuff, right, we still, messed up in this society. We didn't get it right. Give it to, give them, drop the on the young people and let them create what they create using us. Young people got all these tools, and they brilliant. They brilliant. If anything is up with our young people, it's something we didn't do right. Something their parents or grandparents or generation. And that's why I say it's so important to be authentic, completely honest, because you know we make mistakes. We've made, so if we tell them about what we've learned from our mistakes, we tell them about, tell them that we've gained, tell them what we know, they'll be just fine utilizing the technology that they have. And so I'm not the type of person to say, oh, the youth of today are so this and that, which is speaking on them, because they're the future. They're the ones that are going to be running and taking care of us, all these different things. So children, and teach them what you know.
Yeah, one thing you said is that and I agree 100% when you said it. You said you got to catch them, as young as possible. That's true, because we probably grew up with radio and TV. Now it's like this whole thing called the internet and social media, and that's a whole nother animal. It's definitely a whole nother animal. Like yourself, I've got I've got a lot to do out here. So I'm going to try to influence and catch as many as possible. I think nowadays we're so quick to, somebody messes up, we're just quick to just want to throw them away and be like, well, I guess that's it for them, but there's there's still life, there's still life, and we just naturally have to we got to dig in, and we have to continue to naturally live, so as far as you go, do you have like any upcoming projects, anything else that you're working on, that you can let the people kind of know, right now?
Oh, definitely. So not only am I on Thursday in New Orleans, Thursday night starting October 20th, come freestyle, have a cipher with us, come, learn something about each other. Let's have conversations about Black love and brotherhood and romantic love. Let's just have these conversations. It's also ladies' night. So demand is a lovely lady or a lovely partner, but we're it's like for single people to come and meet and greet single people, or even a friend. It's gonna be community driven, community building. So excited! Look out for that flyer for the open mic that starts October the 20th. We are so thankful. Will Manifest is making a return. Years we haven't had Will Manifest in 3 years, and this will be the third year, and it's November 12th. It's at Itel Garden, and this is on it. So thank you for the opportunity to speak. But Will Manifest is celebrating Black women from New Orleans, Black women business owners, Black women artists, Black women musicians, and we've had 11 before this one, and with it being 2020, the 11th one needs to be this year. So we having a little bit late in the year and trying to orient myself to my new understanding since Colorado, but so we're having that November 12th. Be on the lookout for the flyers if you want to perform, or even if you want to facilitate a workshop. I'm open. For you. You can just email me at Ayanna, AYANA, truelovemovement.com, TRUE, love, LOVE, movement, MOVEMENT.com. And I hope somebody will be a great part of it. But yeah, I have a book coming out real soon. My third is being edited at the moment, but I'm really, really proud of this. It's gonna be a shocker to some, but like I'm telling the whole but the truth because it sets me free, but the truth is what sets us free. There's so many people who are struggling, don't even realize it until somebody says it looks like this, and it looks like this, and then it looks like. Then you say, "Dang, could I be struggling with this?" And it's a very bold move. It's a very brave move to the universe. I'm thankful to all the Most High because I've been given. I'm not scared. I'm not afraid to put that out there because I do believe that if we read it, there have not been anybody out there to tell the whole truth about what they've gone through. Everybody has to put up a facade. Everybody has to save face. Everybody has to. Nobody wants to admit to humility. Wants to be this big ego person. Or I'm this. I'm that. I'm up on a pedestal, and I'm doing can do great work and still be human, and still have to go through the human condition, hustle with some things, and still have to go back and fix something that happened in childhood, or this and that. And so I'm telling it all, and I'm very proud of this book. A lot of poetry, a lot of hip hop, a lot of songs, and it's really gone from book to book. So, Runaway Girl was the beginning story. Thoughts in a New Light was the middle of the story, and the present story is what the name of the book. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited to say about this book and have once it comes out good, 2023, because it's pretty much the end of the year. I would love to have another soulful conversation. You read that book?
Yeah, we definitely have to, as the kids say, run it back. Yeah, this is amazing, man. Yeah, we're definitely, and you actually beat me to it because I was going to ask you, when are you going to, maybe do like another book or maybe another, spoken word CD, so I'm glad that you definitely mentioned that, and I'm glad that again, I just want to, I want to thank you, again for coming on here and blessing the mic, as we say, as poets, and one thing, where can people find you, your website, social media, and all that good
stuff? Let's say social media is probably the best place to find me right now. I am as fire_like_Ayanna, AYANN, spelled FIYAH. Fire like Ayanna on Instagram. I'm also on Instagram as well, and True Love Movement on Facebook. So I'm on Instagram and Facebook. That's it right now. I toned down my relationship with social media. It was getting a little up, and so I just post whenever I feel like posting. I post when something's going on. Always on social media and all always doing it. It's not healthy for me. People just be on there all the time and be watching
Right. Yeah.
that all.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, fantasy world, and I can't keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I can't.
Right. What's that
So
old what's that old saying? Move how the spirit moves you.
yes. So I move when it's time to get on there. I get on, look at my website, truelovemovement.com, and get your reading glasses, all the things that we've done so far. We have projects up. We're always working with self-esteem experience. True Love Movement is still here. I took a little break, and now it's the one woman show. One woman army, as they say, me and the Most High. We get this done, and so please go to True Love, and I'm always available. That's one thing. My heart is open to discussing things and I'm not a debater, but deep thinker, and I'm always willing to talk a little bit about things and on shows and be on panel discussions or large audience of people, especially Black women. I want to talk about so let me know if you ever want to do anything live in Houston. I'm on my way. I'm always willing to travel and speak to a large group of Black women and talk about our, as a people
Right.
and as a group of people. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, ladies and gentlemen. So now y'all know. I told y'all. Hey man, I told y'all how how amazing and how how layered and how giving she is, and as much one thing I could tell you is that as much as you've given, you're going to get all of that back. You're getting all of that back, like and then some. So, but we're gonna talk about that in a few minutes. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank my special guest, Miss Ayanna Molina, Miss AKA Miss Mama Fire. So y'all know who I am. Mr. Soul of a Man 50 to the 4. As always, folks, thank y'all so much for joining. As always, folks, we have this peace. Peace.